Skeleton Crew. There it is. Does this box art slap? Does it execute? Does it do the things it is supposed to do? Now, if we go by the criteria, I would vote no. By the criteria, I would vote that this game does not do what it is supposed to do, or this box art does not do what it is supposed to do. However, there is rule of cool, which is subjective. I'm a very subjective god to begin with. So under the rule of cool, I would say this is a good enough box art though. Because if I was an 8, 9, 10, 11-year-old boy who is, you know, down with all things skeleton and all things occult, I would pick this up in a second. At the very least, pick it up enough to look at the back of it and then be like, oh, this looks like it's a game for me. It's a game for me. So, but let's go through the criteria. Does this box art have action in it? It does not. There's not really action in this game or in this box art. There is a lot of action in the game itself. I play tested it for like 45 seconds. There's not very much action in the box art itself. Literally none. Unless the skull is being shot out of asphalt and into your face, not much action. The other criteria that we judge box art on, does this convey what the gameplay experience will be like? Looking at this box art, do you get a good idea of how the game is going to play? Also, no. No. You have a skull. That's it. That's all you get. So under those criteria, I would say the box art is a fail. However, under rule of cool, it's a pass. It's a pass. For me personally, it would have been enough for me to pick up the box and at least look at the back. And then once I saw the gameplay footage, I would have been down. I would have been down to clown. Skeleton Crew. Released May of 1995 for the Sega. May of 95. Skeleton Crew never saw a Japanese release, which is not super uncommon for the Sega Genesis so late in the console's life cycle. 95 is late in the Genesis life cycle. Let's take a peek at the European box art. This is the European box art. I think this is leagues ahead of the American box art. And there is a note with this box art, the conceptualized version of this, the conceptualization of this box art. And I think the art of this box art, it's going to play into our notes. We have some notes. So the Euro version of this box art slaps way harder than the North American version of this box art. Because even though they're posing, there is a little bit of action because you have an enemy crawling up towards Rib. I think that's her name, is Rib. You have an enemy crawling up Rib. You got Spine. I think his name is Spine. He's shooting an enemy. So you got action right off the bat. And this does a better job at encapsulating what the gameplay is actually like, because you play as one of these characters and you're shooting enemies. So the Euro box art slaps. Very good. Very good. Skeleton Crew here was developed and published by Core Design. And we know they're a UK-based studio, more commonly known for Chuck Rock, more commonly known for the Asterix series, more commonly known for Fighting Force. That game, that was probably one of the first times in which my heart was broken by previews and box art, because everybody was touting it as like the 3D iteration of Streets of Rage, and then I played it, and this game is a dog's ass. It's not good. It's not good. Not good. But Core Studio is probably the most known for Tomb Raider. Possibly, quite possibly, the most overrated game of the entire PS1 era. You heard me. At me. Come at me, dog. Meet me outside. Tomb Raider sucks. Tomb Raider has always sucked. Terrible game. Awful. Awful. Not worth your time. I did try for many hours to unlock the nude code. You know, it's in there. It's in there somewhere. Skeleton Krew came out in the mid-90s, and thus forth, it is the mid-90s. And so we are pelvis deep into the dark age of comics. Not dark age as in nobody's buying them, nobody likes comics. Dark age as in everything is gritty, everything is crap sack, apocalyptic dystopia. So everything here in Skeleton Krew was either touched by H.R. Geiger or R-Type. You know, if you play the game R-Type, you understand what I'm talking about. Similar themes. I mean, in Skeleton Krew, the art and conceptualization here, the presentation, you got biomechanical steel, you got lava rivers, you got muscles with big guns melded onto them. What else do you need, America? What else do you need? It makes the frogs gay. When it comes to art, did you guys know, what's interesting to note is that all the artwork, box art, in-game stuff, at least the conceptualization stage, I can't speak on whether or not he was actually adding pickles. I can't speak on whether he was the one adding the pixels to the game, but all of the art of Skeleton Krew was conceptualized by James Ryman. Now, you nerds might know who James Ryman is if you are a Magic the Gathering player. James Ryman is well known for a lot of seminal and iconic Magic the Gathering cards. I was surprised at how many of James Ryman's arts I was using in my own decks. Like Archangel of Thune, I'm using that in one of my decks. That card is busted. It's broken. Curse of the Swine is one of my favorite board wipes of all time for blue, because blue sucks at board wipes, but Curse of the Swine is fantastic. Just the art of Curse of the Swine is fantastic. And you get to exile creatures. Granted, they get 2/2 boars. They get pigs. And sometimes that does come back at you. Sometimes you get slain by your own pigs, you know? And Marionette Master, fantastic card. Well, actually, no, let me rephrase. That's a really janky, shitty card. But in the right deck, Marionette Master is a very, very good card. I have it in my food deck because I'm burning a lot of food tokens, and food tokens are artifacts. And whenever you burn an artifact, you're dealing direct damage to somebody. Lethal. So James Ryman, same guy who conceptualized the art for Skeleton Krew, also did a lot of Magic cards. Super cool, man. I did not know that. Reception for Skeleton Krew ranged from sub-average to slightly above average, with reviewers applauding its slick and sick approach, its presentation being top-notch on an old decaying console, but ultimately not a lot of meat on the skeleton's bones. So they say. That's the reviewer's opinion. I might have a different opinion. I've never actually played Skeleton Krew, by the way, guys. This is a new game for me. Never played it. So we're going to find out. You and me together. The fact that this game has a 2-player co-op option, for me, personally speaking, automatically boosts the game up by a point and a half. Easy mode. You got 2-player co-op, you're golden. You're golden. You're good. Super good. A final note about Skeleton Krew. Well, hold on. I forgot one thing here. If you guys had to guess what Skeleton Krew goes for on eBay, complete inbox, new, brand new, would you guess high or would you guess low? If you guessed ridiculously high, you are correct. Apparently, this is one of the more rarer games for the Sega Genesis, fetching a very high price on the secondhand market. It was late in the Sega Genesis's lifespan, so it makes sense why it would fetch such a high price, because they didn't make a bunch of them. They didn't distribute a bunch of them. However, look at that last one. Skeleton Krew Sega Genesis authentic cardboard box only. If that's just the case, the cardboard box, they're selling that box for $140, y'all. That's crazy. That's crazy. Ouch. Ouch. While I was on eBay, this has nothing to do with Skeleton Crew. While I was on eBay, I was like, you know what? I want to see what Snatcher is going for, because Snatcher is probably top 5 games of all time for me, just in terms of influence. I loved Snatcher as a kid. I always wanted to play it, never got to play it. And then as an adult, when I became like 18 and I actually had some money, I bought it off eBay and bought a Sega CD off eBay. Altogether, it was like $250 for Snatcher and the Sega CD at that time. So $200 18 years ago. And I was like, Snatcher's always been a little expensive. Let's see. I bet it's up to like $250 right now, you know? Like, so I took a look to see what Snatcher is. That's not even new. Like, that's not even new. And that was an ongoing bid. That was 4 days ago. And the bids were already up to $862 for a used copy. It's like, holy Lord, man. Snatcher. Whew. Whew. I was like, yeah, we gonna emulate that? All right, just as a final aside for Skeleton Crew, here's from Wikipedia. Can we do something about this, guys? Can we do something about this, y'all? Look at the last entry here. Skeleton Crew, a video game developed by Core Design in 1995. In case you guys didn't know about Wikipedia, when something is highlighted in red, that means that article does not exist. There is no article on Wikipedia for Skeleton Crew. Beetlejuice for the NES has its own article on Wikipedia. Skeleton Crew does not have an article on Wikipedia. We need to do better as gamers, guys. I know it's a fairly rare game, not a whole bunch of people know about it, but we need to do better. Skeleton Crew deserves its own Wikipedia article, at the very, very bare minimum, you know? Curse of the Swine is what happens when someone cuts me off in traffic. I love that spell. That spell is super good. Super good. It has saved my bacon multiple times. Bruh, is that food deck blue as well? No, it's not. It's not. It's actually, it is white and black and green. It's my Lord of the Rings Frodo deck. My Frodo deck is an all food deck. Because Frotos, the hobbitses, they eat the foods. They love the foods. And so I just burn a lot of foods. And whenever I burn foods, usually something bad happens to the opponent. I got a lot of synergy in that deck. It kind of sucks because you got this magical world, you know, in which there are these giant Phyrexian dragons and huge ogres with clubs and magicians just spewing laser beams out of their fists. And then my deck revolves around farmers and hobbits. My deck is all farmers. Hobbit farmers. I think is hilarious. A repeat from the box art. When did they get an x-ray of Six's actual skull shape? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? That does kind of look like my skull, to be honest with you. Like, Beef is right. I don't know if you guys can tell. I have a very pointy chin. I have a very ovoid shaped face. And it used to be worse before I had major facial reconstruction surgery. So he's right. He's right. Dagger Chin is Six's assassin name. Go for the throat. And I could not, there's nothing on YouTube for Skeleton Crew, so we're just gonna watch the commercial for Magic the Gathering Battle Mage for the Sony PlayStation 1. We're just gonna watch that. Enjoy.
In the heart of the omniverse of Dominia, deep within the nexus of all planes of power, the world of Dominaria exudes the greatest mana.
Green magic gets its life from the lush fertility of the forest. Its power ranges from soothing serenity to thunderous destruction.
Black magic's power comes from the swamps and bogs, thriving on death and decay.
White magic draws its vitality from untouched open plains and focuses on healing protection and the chivalrous arts of war. Blue magic flows from the islands and thrives on mental energies, unleashing the elemental forces of air and water.
red magic feeds on the vast energy boiling deep in the heart of mountains and reveling in the unbridled violence of chaos and combat.
Together, the magic of the five mana can harmonize mankind or become the most powerful destructive force capable of ripping apart the universe.
Mm-hmm. Oh, love it. How you guys like that sudden xylophone entrance there? That's the same cliff from Mortal Kombat 4. God, Battle Mage. Let's get into Skeleton Crew. As always, I'm going to lay out, see if there's any sort of intro. We're going to appreciate the intro. Some creepy music. It's not necessarily the music that I would associate with a game like Skeleton Crew. It's very Michael Myers-ish. Halloween. Love the art though. Look at this art, man. It's good stuff. All right, that's it. We don't get an intro. Go straight to the demo. Straight to the demo. All right, let's check out our onions. I know we got some onions. And then, come on guys, let me skip this. There we go. I know we got some onions in here. Let's check out our onions real quick. See what we got. All right, we got difficulty and medium. That's it. That's all you need. And the controls we'll figure out as we go in. All right, we're gonna keep it at medium. Again, music choices. Not the music choice that I would associate with Skeleton Crew, a game like Skeleton Crew, but still good. Still good. Here, I'll move my hair out of the way. All right, that's it. Let's put 15 minutes on the shot clock. We're in it, boys. Let's do it. Let's do it. Spine. Let's play some Skeleton Crew. One player game. The fact that it has 2-player co-op, great. We got Spine, Joint, and Rib. Let's see. Joint is cool. It's like an old school name for your pecker. For your pecker! We're going to play as Rib. We're going to bring it to the ladies. All right, here's our intro. Monstrosity? Cadaver located at dead ink cryogenic plant. Prepare for teleport. Good graphics. I love the graphics we got going on here. Yeah, monstrosity. Banger. We're in it. We're in it, boys. All right, here we go. Okay, so that's jump. Okay. Did I change my weapons? Yeah, I did. All right, cool. This is obviously an isometric view. Isometric shooter game. Oh, Lord. Kind of like reminiscent of, what is it? Ikari Warriors? I think it's Ikari Warriors. Reminds me of Ikari Warriors. A lot of Ikari Warriors. It's a little difficult lining up your shoot, where you're aiming. Although your character does rotate 360 degrees, that you can't. Oh God, we're blowing up. We're blowing up. There it is. We're back in it. Your character does rotate 360 degrees. Although I haven't totally figured out how to rotate. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. Control is a little strange. All right, let's change our gun back. All right, so that changes our gun. That is shoot. That is jump. Look at that. Look at that dinky ass little jump. And it says there's a rotate button. Okay, that's our... But... Okay, you rotate by holding down shoot and then hitting the weapon select. That's how you rotate. That's good to know. That's good to know. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, we're throwing out some grenades. Very nice. All right, cool, cool, cool. Game is a little challenging. Like, I mean, it throws you right in there. All right, we're gonna change back to our pea shooter. Pew, 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 pew. Uh-oh. We're taking hits, please. We're taking hits. Hold on, yeah, okay, we can rotate the other way too. That's good, that's good to know. Oh, first boss. First boss. Is this gritty 90s zombies ate my neighbors? I don't know. Oh God. I don't know, Beef. I've never played it. This is my first time playing it, as evidenced. Oh God, that takes so much life. The boss's laser, holy shit. All right, we're gonna stay away from the laser. Stay away from the laser. All right, you gotta take out the arms first, I'm guessing. That's what it looks like. Oh, look at that vagina dentata. You know it. They knew what they were doing. Did I already take out the arm? Yeah, I think I already did. Yeah, we just gotta move on to the... I think I did. I don't know. Oh, we died. Let's be joint. Yeah, look at this. Look at this behemoth. All right, cool. We took both of them out. Cool. All right, so there's like a mini boss. Oh man, joint looks good. The animation for joint is very good. Like I said, moving around is a little difficult though. It's not the easiest to move the characters around, to line up your shots. Ooh. Get him, joint. It probably just takes a little bit of practice. Probably just need a little bit of practice, and then it feels you know, normal. Granted, like I said, I've been playing the game now for 6 minutes my entire life, so a little bit of suckage is to be expected. In terms of isometric view games, this is not bad. Look, most isometric view games are terrible, the worst. It doesn't look like these enemies ever stop coming. Like, they'll just keep on coming, so you just gotta keep it moving. Keep it moving. Ah, we're going spinny mode. Tornado mode. Anything that's around us, getting a bullet. Okay, that will kill us. Can we shoot it? I must have missed something. Oh, there it is. It's like a generator. Get our Generac. Take that out. Right? Take the... Oh, God. It takes a lot of bullets. Alien Zombie Smash TV. A little bit. A little bit. A little bit. He is also a good weed reference. Keeping a cryptic stenchy. That's right. That's right. Let's move our joint out of the way. Man, my joints are hurting today, man. I woke up this morning, everything was hurting. I was like, oh God, is this what it's like to get older? All right, look at our dinky ass jump. That is a dinky ass jump though, man. All right, let's change over to, I bet we have to shoot this door, maybe? Yep, there we go. We're in it. All right, level 2. Oh, there is a password system, that's good. BGWY, remember that, guys. Remember, oh, we got an elevator. Oh man, it would not be a mid-90s Sega game without an elevator stage. You need an elevator stage. I was gonna say, are we missing the enemies? The answer is yes, we are. This is cool though, man. I do like this. This is an interesting approach on the common elevator trope in games. You're always in an elevator. Like I said before, I'm kind of weirded out by the music. The music is not what I would expect for this kind of game. I mean, the music's good. Don't get me wrong. Music is not bad whatsoever. It's very atmospheric, cinematic, you know, foreboding. It sounds almost like Trent Reznor. God, we keep going to that grenade launcher. The grenade launcher kind of sucks. It sounds kind of like Trent Reznor developed a game using the gem system. But weird. Like I said, not necessarily something I would associate with a game like Skeleton Crew. Almost kind of like reminiscent of Splatterhouse more than Skeleton Crew. But that's okay. That's cool. All right, we made it to the bottom. It was no beef. Can't do that. Got to do a different one. We already did Smash TV. I will accept your redeem, but you got to change up your game. We already did Smash TV. Recently too. I think you were there. Maybe you weren't though. You may have been still working at 911. So come up with a different game and I'll write it down for the Sega Genesis. It says, we already did that game too, Beef. We already did that game. When you come up with a game that we haven't done, I'll write it down. All right, we got past this part. Oh, back to the elevator. Oh, what is this? What is this crawling on the wall here? Oh no, we got the Half-Life 2, the head crabs. We got some crabs. Oh God, do I need my grenade launcher for these guys? Oh God, rotating is kind of a pain in the ass. It's not the easiest. Am I hitting him? I don't know if I'm actually doing anything. I'm guessing not. Get up on him. Oh, there we go. We have to wait till his head peeks up all the way. All the way. Yeah, Beef, give me a different game, because we did Zombies Ate My Neighbors too. We did both of those games. Both of them. So I will accept your redeem. The Great Waldo Search. Is that an actual game, Beef? Are you fucking with me? If that's the same game, Where's Waldo for Sega? If it's the same game as Where's Waldo for the NES, I'm not doing it because it's too similar. It's too similar. You gotta mix it up here, bro. Mix it up. Go and read your BuzzFeed article of which games are the worst games for the Super Nintendo and pick a different one. Balls 3D. Okay, there we go. It will be Balls 3D. Let me pause the timer. Where do you which one do you want it for? Balls 3D for the Genesis or for the Super? Which one? It's a important distinction to make. Not really, because I think it's terrible for like either iteration. I think it's Sega. I think it came out for all the platforms. I'll put it under Sega. Sega needs some love. Sega needs some new games. So Beef redeemed Balls 3D for the Sega Genesis. Ooh, that's gonna be terrible. Terrible. I have played that game. Nobody's gonna enjoy that. Nobody. But in terms of content, it might be good. Look, normally I would skewer Beef. I would skewer him for putting all these god-awful games on our list. Make me play terrible games. You guys have to watch it for 15 minutes straight. Normally I would skewer him for that. However, after watching Where's Waldo for the NES and it turning out to be the most jam-packed content and the best content, and it got chat interacting with the game, I kind of feel like no law at all, you know? Like, I kind of feel like, maybe, you never know what's gonna turn into a gem. Can we just move forward? That's a little creepy. That's a little creepy. Okay. No, I guess we gotta continue doing whatever this is. All right, we're tornado mode. Everybody's getting a bullet. Sometimes the worst games are the best to watch. That's true. That's true. And I was hoping the same. You are right, Erica. I was hoping the same would be for Mario is Missing. Nope. Turns out that game's just bad and boring. There's a fine line. All right, we did joint. We did rib. Let's do spine. There's a fine line between bad and entertaining and bad and boring. Because, like, look, I can mess around with something that's bad and entertaining. I have a hard time extracting entertainment out of something that's bad and boring. Mario is Missing is both bad and boring, not entertaining. Quite possibly one of the worst games we've played for Outside the Lens. And that covers a wide gamut, boys and girls. A wide gamut. But you never know. You never know what you're going to end up with, you know? Like, and sometimes that's one of the reasons I like doing OTL, because like I like to see if, not only do I like to see if the game holds up to what my nostalgia served for it, because just as a general rule, I don't trust nostalgia whatsoever. I think nostalgia will lie to you 9 out of 10 times. Oh, we progressed. We're back to the elevator. Oh, what is this? What is this? What are these? We got little tofu bowls. All right, we're just gonna stand in. Oh God, no, they're coming after us. So I want to see if the nostalgia holds up, and if it doesn't, I want to murder it accordingly, because I cannot stand nostalgia. Ooh, floor 2, destroy all enemies before proceeding. Okay. But I also want to see if the reviewers were just being shitlords, you know? Because I feel like, oh God. Man, I hate that grenade launcher. That grenade launcher sucks. It's not good. All right. But I want to see if, you know, EGM and GamePro, if they were being shitlords with their reviews. Like, you know, if they were just being purposefully mean to sell magazines, or if they were being accurate. Because there's been more than a few times. Oh, Lord, I got 8 up. Whoa, I don't know what happened there. I am not... Oh, I got 8 up again. Jesus, Lord. I tried to get you to play Mickey. You still can. You can redeem Mickey. Why are we stuck right there, bro? And more than a few times, we have come to the conclusion that GamePro and EGM, they were just being shitlords. And the game is better than what they give it credit for. Also, you know... You have to kind of grade with a curve, I think. You have to know the full context of the game development, you know? Which they may not have known, you know? Like, the reviewers may not have known. Wait. Said my timer was... Okay. All right, timer's going off. Bada bing. Hold on, I want to... Oops! I want to get past this one elevator. God, why do I keep doing that? I want to get past this one elevator real quick. I want to see what's... Oh, get rid of this grenade launcher. It's garbage. Sometimes we have found the reviewers were right on the money. They were not being shitlords. They were being true. They were being very accurate, you know? Oh, game over. Oop, got the cursor on there. Ooh, let's look at this game over screen. That was a cool game over screen, but it Beef's right. It looks like come over. It doesn't look like game over. Okie dokie. All right, timer went off. Wrong screen. Switch it over to Sega Talk. Criteria number 1. For the 15 minutes in which I played this game, was I entertained? Yes, I was. I was entertained, very much so. I did not look at the clock one time, not once. It plays like an isometric Ikari Warriors shooter. It's strange that it doesn't seem like there's a lot of power-ups or any power-ups. It's strange that this kind of game with this kind of gameplay doesn't have a lot of power-ups for your player characters to power up their guns. I feel like this game would be, you would play this game, you would think it would have like 13 different gun power-ups. I did not see a one, you know, and maybe you get more power-ups as the games go on, or as the game goes on, but as it stands now, not a lot of power-ups. Game is a little hard, a little difficult. It's got a little bit of a challenge to it, but that's okay. That's all right. And as far as it being an isometric game, probably one of the better isometric games I've ever played, where the isometric view does not screw with you that bad. And probably a lot of that has to come from the fact that there is range of motion. You know, your range of motion is vast. Like, you're able to get around and move around, and you're able to re-aim. Once you learn the re-aiming aspect, game is a lot easier. Game's a lot more manageable. Game's a lot more fun. So I would say for the 15 minutes in which I played this game, I was entertained. If you got a friend that you can co-op, I feel like this game would be tremendous. Tremendous. Get some intoxicants in you and your friend, and you're gonna have a gay old time. You'll be the belle of the ball. Criteria number 2. I do not have a memory core for this game, so I will have to create a memory core. And the memory core that I have created for this game is that it is a interesting art design, interesting art presentation, isometric Ikari Warriors shooter with a strange soundtrack, one that you would not expect. Not a bad soundtrack, but just not one that you would expect. Good for like kind of like horror themes, horror vibes. The soundtrack is good game. Good game. Like, I will remember it as the Magic the Gathering skull game. That's what I'll remember it as. I'll always look back at this game and be like, hey, there was a Magic the Gathering artist who did a lot of art for this game. That was super cool. And that's probably where my memory core will end. But not a bad game. Not a turd. Not a turd, guys.